Hey y'all, what's up? Confessions of a Reserved Girl who isn't so reserved anymore. With the video just to update you guys. I know it's been about a year. It feels a lot longer than that, but I just felt I need to update y'all. Like, there are a lot of people who've been asking me questions and stuff. And God has been so good. So I've been very boastful about my season in singleness and everything that God was bringing me through. So I felt it was only right for me to share of the goodness of God through this next phase and this next season in my life. So yeah, last year I lived probably like 3 lives in one, or three 3 years in one. So much happened last year. Started courting Doug maybe March, got engaged April, and we actually went ahead and got married in May. Yeah, talk about when you know, you know. And it has been a great year. So much has happened. Like, God really blessed us in more ways than I can actually remember. I think that's probably why I haven't really made a video to really update you all, because things were happening fast and a lot of things kept happening very fast. So from job changes to moving, Doug and I were, well, before I even started courting Doug, I was also looking for a home of my own to buy, because I had the money, I was in a good place, my credit score was great, and I was willing and ready to just buy a house on my own and not really wait for my husband. But nothing was working, essentially. Like, just, I didn't really find anything that I liked, but also, like, the market was/is currently still terrible. Needless to say, so Doug and I moved into, so then I moved in with Doug after we officially got married in May of last year. We didn't have our wedding yet. We're having our wedding this year, just to clarify, in a few months, actually, with our loved ones and our friends, and more importantly, God, you know? Yeah, so I moved in with Doug, and then we moved into our first own apartment. And then I think we were there maybe for about, let me see, June, July, August, September, October, November. We were there for 5 months, not even 6 months. And then God blessed us with the home of our own. Yeah, I really don't. I'm actually sitting in front of our home right now. And there are moments like today where I am just overwhelmingly, like, grateful. I don't always have the words to say or I don't know how to share something like this, because it's beyond my own understanding. And that's what the Bible promises. Like, when God does exceedingly abundantly above all that we can think or ask for, this was it. And it's not just a blessing because we have a literally entire house. It's a blessing also because both of our stories, like me individually, I'll share mine, I won't share Doug's, but I pretty much in 2019 I was basically homeless. I struggled with the apartment that I lived in to continue to pay rent, because the job that I had when I first moved down here, they were doing some fraudulent stuff, and then they eventually stopped paying us, and it was just terrible. So I struggled. I mean, I did get another job, but that other job was not paying me that first job was paying me. So I struggled to pay my rent, and it was just, it was a mess, y'all. It was a mess. But thankfully I had family here, so I ended up staying with my sister for some months. But I was homeless. Sometimes you feel like it's family, but sometimes you feel like you're an inconvenience to those who have to kind of like look after you or like help you, because your life is in shambles. Or like, well, it wasn't really in shambles, but at the time it really felt like it. But I was a full-time student doing my doctoral program, and I was working full-time job, so full-time everything, student and employee, but God sustained me. And this is not just undergrad or my master's. This was my doctoral program. Like, this was intense, okay? Somehow, some way, I consistently got like straight A's, B's, like just I graduated with a 3.85 GPA. Praise the Lord. That's all God. That's like, I went through it. I went through the fire and he sustained me, y'all. Like, he sustained your girl. You feel me? And now, 2019, 2020, I lived in this other home, with a roommate, which was pretty good, pretty great. I was able to save a lot of money, which was set me up to pretty much do everything that I needed to do with Doug. And God blessed us with a home where we don't have to pay for a mortgage. It's great. It's great. I think I hesitated a lot to create a video because so much was happening very fast, and it's different, like it's not like the cookie cutter story that everyone has. Once you start dating, you date the person for how many years, or at least 8 months, 6 to 8 months, or then you get engaged, and then when you get engaged you wait at least 6 months before you have the wedding, or like there's always like society puts like a pressure and like a timeline of how things are supposed to be. So it kind of felt weird that our story was just completely just out of the ordinary, because it literally was God written. And I even back in 2020, actually, I started writing a book, and it was called Confessions of a Reserved Girl, allowing God to write my love story. I started writing this book, but I had no idea how it was going to end. I just had faith that God would blow my mind by the time I was done with the book. So I did finish the book. The book is in the process of editing and all this stuff. So I hope that you guys will support me when I do put it out. But I think that there's no way that I could write or share the entirety of my experience, my love life, in videos, for you guys to really understand the magnitude of how good God is and how he has sustained me, and how if he has done it for me, he can definitely do it for you. It is not impossible to be single one day and literally married within the next 3 months. It is not impossible. And I know a lot of women who have these stories like this, but they don't necessarily share it. And so I think it's really important for me to share mine. I've written about it. I'm gonna talk more about it. I ain't single, I'm not reserved, but I'm definitely a wife, happily married to an amazing man, and that came with its transitions, it came with its challenges, but prayerfully God has sustained us both with it, sustained me, and has trained me to be the wife that I am to my husband, to my boo thing. And I also, felt a little hesitant to post anything because of the naysayers, but then I realized I don't care. At least I shouldn't care, because the reality is I'm living the life that God has promised me, and the best thing is that the best is yet to come. Like, I'm so grateful for where he has us now, but we're literally in the beginning of what more is coming our way, because I believe that. So I just really wanted to update you all, but also encourage my reserved single ladies out there and the men out there who are patiently waiting on God and are hoping for a beautiful love story, because it is definitely possible if you allow God to do his thing. But you have to wait on him. You have to wait on him, and you have to be obedient to whatever it is that he's telling you in this season. I'll come back and share some more, but the update is I was single for a season, and then I started courting my husband. The moment we started courting, everything just expedited, and then within 3 months we were married. So I am married. I'm a whole married woman, and in 2 months it'll be 1 whole year since I've been married, and it has been absolutely amazing. So yeah, I'll share more. Maybe I'll do Confessions of a Wife, I don't know. What y'all think? Confessions of a Wife, Confessions of a Reserve Girl, Wife Edition. I don't know. Y'all can let me know. But more to come. Love y'all.